Welcome everybody to Farcaster Agentic Bootcamp. So I'm Limone.it, as you can imagine. I'm the little lemon that you see on Farcaster and Telegram as well. And I'm super excited to introduce you to this online bootcamp that we organized because we feel like, of course, like everybody knows what's happening with AI agents, open cloud code, like autonomous stuff happening everywhere in the world. And we felt like Farcaster is the right place to have these agents running around for many reasons that I will discuss later in this brief presentation. And of course, during the bootcamp, you will see why we think that agents are first-class citizen on Farcaster. Before starting with the introduction, I wanted to mention that this bootcamp is hosted by Urbe.it and Builders Garden. Urbe is the community I co-founded 4 years ago. It's a Web3 community based in Italy. We are running one of the Ethereum community hubs in the world. So as you know, the Ethereum Foundation has a bunch of hubs in, I don't know, one in London, in Berlin, in San Francisco, and one of them is in Rome, and we are hosting hackathons, workshops, educational activities to onboard more builders in the space. Builders Garden instead is the studio that I co-founded that we've been building on Farcaster for years now, starting from frames, which were the first version of the miniapps, all the, maybe some of you played Farmville or Rise of Farms or like some of the others that we built. And so we are bringing in our knowledge in this bootcamp to help you learn and build new stuff. And then of course, like Dev3 Pack, to me is like the best community when it comes to learning online, also offline sometimes, everything about Web3, ZK, AI. They do a lot of cool activities focused on students and also like different minorities and diversity in the space. And then, of course, we have incredible partners that are supporting the bootcamp, are supporting the hackathon that I will talk about ASAP, and Farcon Rome, because all these that we are organizing, the bootcamp and the hackathon, it's all leading to Farcon Rome, which is the annual Farcaster gathering that this year is happening in Rome, and we are very pleased to host it. And so let me go through the first slide where we imagine like a journey like this. So in the next 10 days, you will have 10 hands-on online session where you will be learning how to build Farcaster native agents and mini apps. So first step is learning. Whether like you have experience building on Farcaster, you are new to it, you know how to build in Web3, but you never build in Farcaster, like this is the place where you can start. And today, indeed, like the first session will be very introductory on the basic building blocks. And then, of course, day by day, we will move on different topics that I will show you later. The second phase will start next Monday. So after we're all happy with the Easter eggs, we can start building. So everything that you learned in the first week, you can already start applying in the hackathon. So it's an opportunity for you to learn something, apply. And in our experience, this is the best way to actually learn, because it's not only us and all the mentors involved that are here teaching you in a frontal way, let's say, and so like you passively listening, but the hackathon is a way for you to take action and build something, hopefully cool, that will win prizes at the hackathon. And then finally, there's the showcase. So the best projects will be given free tickets for Farcon Rome, and you will be able to present on stage in front of the whole community. And so this Builders Day, that again is sponsored by Neinar, Farcaster, Privy, and more partners that are going to be announced soon, is the first day of the Farcon programming, and it will be all focused on everything that we learned and built during these next 2 weeks. Why Farcaster Agentic Bootcamp? Because we believe that the future of Farcaster is agent native. We've seen, like mini apps spreading last year, and I think they are incredible, like primitive that, really can help you prototyping, experimenting, and finding early adopters for some ideas that you have. But now with agents, I think they can get to the next level, because not only you have like a very compact and simple web app that can run inside a social network, you can also have autonomous agents that play, build these mini apps, interact with them, interact with each other, because each agent on Farcaster has an identity, has a wallet, and so it has the ability to coordinate publicly on an open social graph. And this, to me, it's very powerful, and you will see how actually easy it is to read content on Farcaster, publish content on Farcaster, like react to different, like people replying, notifications, all these kind of things. It's all incredible, like building blocks that you can put together and create something super nice. How will the first week be organized? So the first week will be the most introductory one. We're starting with the Farcaster building blocks by Nena from Dev3 Pack. Nina, I hope you're here in the room already. Then tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, we will have the Nena team talking about mini apps 101, so the basics of like mini apps, and using Nena Studio, which is a vibe coding studio that it's built in on Farcaster. And then, of course, also agents 101. So if none of you ever built an agent, and none of you maybe like built an agent on Farcaster, Dish and Green from Nainer will introduce you to this topic. We will have Saltorius from Among Traders and many other experiments. I think he's one of the most prolific mini app builders in the space, playing around with agents, and he will talk about memory, context, and reasoning. And Friday, last day of the week, we will have somebody from the Privy team talking about giving your wallet, actually your agent, a wallet so that it can authenticate, transact, and interact with other agents or users on the network. Next week, after Easter, we will have Vito from the Ethereum Foundation talking about ERC 8004. This ERC is a new standard that the AI team by the Ethereum Foundation published, I think a month or a couple months ago at this point. And it's very important, like redefining how you can use, how you can register agents on chain to verify them, their identity and their reputation. Yeah, here there will be Rafi. I actually messed with the label here. Rafi is another like core contributor of Farcon Base DAOs, which is also coming to Farcon Rome and on Base. So he's been like building on Base and Farcaster for years as well. And he will be talking about agentic commerce, so how you can embed payments into agentic flows, X402, and monetization strategy. Then we will have Town from Emerge, and he will be talking about going viral on Farcaster. I believe that Emerge, if you never tried, is a cool mini app about generating AI images in the feed with your friend. Like he cracked something about distribution and virality, and he used an agent in the feed. Then I will host sessions on notifications and shareable moments, which is another important thing to go viral on Farcaster. And finally, we will have probably like the most complex session of the entire 10 days on multi-agent system and open coordination. I'm in talk with some mentors that will be involved with this, and I will announce who's going to be responsible for it soon. Again, the main idea is to prepare you for the hackathon. The hackathon is starting on the 6th of April, and it will be going around for 2 weeks, up until April 19. There are 3 tasks on the hackathon. The primary one is on agents. So build autonomous agents that operate natively on the Farcaster feed. Agentic mini apps, of course. So it's not just about building mini apps. Like build mini apps that are built for agents, or build agents that build mini apps. Like find some threads in which like mini apps and agents actually interact with each other, and then clients and interfaces. So reimagine the Farcaster client experience for an agent native world. So what if we build a client where only agents can publish content, and we will get into what a client is on Farcaster later today. Showcase at Farcon Rome. So we will select the best projects out of the hackathon, and you will have free ticket for Farcon Rome, both the Builders Day and the Summit. So Farcon Rome is divided in these 2 days. You will be able to showcase on stage in front of the audience on May 4th. And of course, like by participating at the hackathon, you will also have a chance to win the bounty prizes from our partners, and I will announce them soon. Before getting into the session, please, if you didn't subscribe to the Google Calendar yet about the bootcamp, scan this QR code with your phone so that all the sessions will be saved to your calendar and you're sure that you're not missing anything. You can always find the Google Meet, and that's it, basically. So I will give you maybe 10 seconds more to scan this QR code, and then I'll have you scan another one. Again, this is very important so that you don't miss any of the session. And if you're not sure about when it's happening, where it's happening, it's all in this Google Calendar. Second QR code for you to join is the Telegram group. We have a Telegram group with around 150 people. There are more than 250 people, so there are maybe like 100 people not in the Telegram group. I think it's crucial because we will share there all the links to the YouTube recording, all the updates about the bootcamp. If it's like some changes, maybe it's also a good way for you to pair up with somebody that is building at the hackathon something that you're interested in. So it's the main communication channel that we will be using in the next 2 weeks. Perfect. I hope that everybody scanned all these QR codes. If you have any questions, any doubts about the bootcamp, about the hackathon, about Farcon Rome, feel free to ping me on the Telegram group or on Farcaster. All right, so let's move to the interesting part. Naina, are you here?
Yes, GM everyone.
Hi Naina, how's it going?
All good. Thanks.
Nice. Well, the stage is yours. So thank you for inaugurating this first session and of the bootcamp. Yeah, I leave you to it.
Thank you so much. I'll share my screen now. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Naina. I'm from Dev3Pack. I'm the miniapps devrel at Dev3Pack and India lead. So let's start with this. I'm really excited to kick off day 1 of this bootcamp today. And today we are going to lay down the foundation, the building blocks for this bootcamp. No fancy stuff, just the core infrastructure. And by the end of discussion and end of this session, I hope you all understand everything, because everything that will go on in this session today will help you build whatever you're going to build in the next 2 weeks. So let's go over the agenda for today. First of all, quick question. How many of you know what is Farcaster and have an account in it? By the raise of hand, you can show me. All right. And how many of you have built anything on Farcaster before? All right. So we have a great mix. This is exactly what I expected. So let's start with the basics. What is Farcaster? So the basic definition of this is it's a decentralized social network built on Ethereum, right? But let's take an analogy here to understand it better. We have all used Web2 apps like Twitter or Reddit. So users post short messages there, they post tweets there, and they follow each other, they build their profile, they post for engagement, right? It's all pretty familiar here. This is exactly what happens in Farcaster. We post cast, we follow each other, we build our profiles. But here's it's where it gets interesting. Okay, on Twitter, if your account gets banned tomorrow, all of your data is gone. Your followers, your post, everything. Because what happens here is Twitter owns your entire data, and once it's gone, once it bans your account or anything, it's all gone. On Farcaster, here's where it's distinguished. You own your account, you own your social graph, you own your data, you own everything. No single company controls it. And because it's an open protocol, anyone can build a client on it. We'll get into what is client later, but yeah, remember this, that it is an open protocol and anyone can build on top of it. So, for example, let's take how email works. For example, Gmail, Outlook, Apple Mail, they are all different apps, right? But they follow the same protocol. And let me summarize this with a table. So this is the difference between a Web2 app and Farcaster, how it's different. So your company owns your data, and on Farcaster, you own your own data. X is one app only, but on Farcaster there are many apps. There's Webcast, Supercast, Yup, okay, and X is a closed API, but Farcaster is an open protocol. For on X, like I told you, if you're banned or if you delete your account, everything is gone. But on Farcaster, it's portable identity. You own everything. It's a one feed algorithm, and anyone can build their own algorithm. So whatever protocol as a developer you build on, it's very important to know what is its underlying architecture, what is its layout, how it is programmed, right? So this might be the most important slide for this session. What Farcaster has is it has a hybrid architecture. So it works on two layers, on-chain and off-chain. So if you just look at this diagram, at the bottom you have OP mainnet, which is on-chain, right? That's the Ethereum-based blockchain where where your identity lives. Your account registration, your storage, your app keys, everything lives on-chain. And you might wonder, like, why is these particular things stored on-chain? Because these are the things that need to be secure, they need to be permanent, and they need to be tamper-proof, right? And above that, you have the off-chain layer, in where if you can see, it's these are the nodes. This is the peer-to-peer network, and these are known as snapchain or hubs. And they store your social activity, your cast, your followers, your reaction. All this is stored off-chain, and there's a reason behind this. It's stored off-chain because off-chain is fast, it's cheap, it's scalable, and other data is stored on-chain because it's slow, but it's permanent and secure. And on top of all this, you will see that there is your apps, your agent. They all sit on the top, and they talk with the off-chain and on-chain layer through Nenar API that will be using you'll be using whenever you build anything on Farcaster. Now, yeah, let's dive deep into what is there in the on-chain layer. So there are 3 smart contracts on OP mainnet that every Farcaster account has. First is the ID registry, where when you create an account, you get a permanent unique number, which is known as your FID or Farcaster ID. And it's permanent, it cannot be changed. So you can change your username. My username is Nena. If I want to change it to Nena Sachdev, I can change it, but my FID will remain the same. It will not change. Next is store registry. This is where you rent your storage to keep your messages on the network. And if you don't pay for it, your old messages get pruned to make space, but that's all right. And the third is key registry. Third contract is key registry. This one is very crucial for agents. Here is where your app key lives, which your agent will use to read or write. You can create it here. Your agent can post on your behalf, and you can even revoke it anytime you want. So this is the on-chain layer, and here agents get their own FID, their own Farcaster ID. So they are not just agents, they are first-class citizen on Farcaster with their own permanent identity. Now, next is the off-chain layer. Here is where the hubs come in. So, what are hubs? First, let's see into that. Hubs is a server. It's a node where the Farcaster network lives. And here's the key thing: every hub stores complete copy of all Farcaster data, not just a piece of it, not just a snippet of it. It stores all of it. And when you post a cast, it hits one hub and then it is duplicated and syncs to every other hub on the network. So if you look at this image, you'll see Alice has a like Alice is pointed to a square and a circle. So you can see that the square is on chain and the circle is off chain. So this diagram explains beautifully like how the hubs work. When Alice makes a new account, that is a blockchain transaction, right? So if you see the square symbol, that's on chain, and um, when she posts something, she posts "Hello World" or "GMGM" as a cast. That is her Snapchain transaction. So why are there multiple hubs? Because we don't want any data to go away, or there should be a fallback, right? There should be a safety measure. So it's like there's no single point of failure because there are multiple hubs and anyone can run a hub. Even if one goes down, the data is everywhere. And for your agents, how the agents work here is you can connect your agent to any hub and they can listen to everything that is happening on Farcaster in real time. Every cast, every reaction, every follow, everything they can listen to, even if they are connected to one single hub. So that's the event stream your agent will act on. Now let's move on to clients, which is a very important thing here. They are not just any app. Like clients is basically any app that reads or write to Farcaster, right? So there are two kinds of clients. Wallets app, like for in Farcaster, the official Farcaster app is the wallet app. This has full control, and it's the app that owns your Farcaster ID on the mainnet, and you use it to sign up, use it to manage your keys, get app keys, revoke them, and think of it as a master hero, right? And then there's the connected apps, and for example, Supercast or Yup, and these help you to these apps you add to your account. You get a key from there, and you can use that key to post and browse. Your agent can use that key to post and browse on your behalf. And this is very important that no one can take over your account. Because if a connected app goes rogue or it's hacked or there's some glitch, you can just go to your account and revoke the key. That's it. They won't be able to access anything after that. Then if you see this, just a second. Yeah, so if you see this flow here, the wallet apps owns your FID, and they Supercast, Yup, or your agent can issue an app key from there, from the main wallet app. Okay, now let's move on to my favorite topic of Farcaster. Who remembers Facebook games? Or am I the only one who's old for that? Okay, all right. A lot of people remember that. Nice. So, what this is an analogy. Facebook game, when you were playing Facebook games, you were not leaving the Facebook app, right? It was within the app and overlay card on top of it. And you didn't have to leave the app for anything. So, this is how the mini apps work. So let's see what are these. These are regular web apps. You can build it with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, your choice, but it runs inside the Farcaster feed, inside your Farcaster app. And the user never has to leave the app to see them. They just see an interactive card on the feed and they can interact with it. They can, whatever the mini app does, they can do that. And why is mini app amazing? When you open a mini app on Farcaster, you're already authenticated. You don't have to log in again and again. The mini app will fetch your FID, and the moment you open your mini app, you're already logged in. They can instantly access your social graph, your wallet, anything. You can send push notifications to the user using your mini apps. So it's basically an entire application experience inside Farcaster. I'll just show you one example of how mini apps look. So this is Farcaster. If you go over here, you can see all the mini apps here, the new ones. You can see the trending ones here and your apps here. And when you open them, this is how they look. This is an interactive card on top of Farcaster. Yeah. So for agents specifically, mini apps are how your agents gets a UI inside Farcaster, right? So without asking users to go to a separate website, the agent posts a cast, it embeds your mini app inside the cast, and user taps it and they're inside your experience. It's all within Farcaster. So let's move on to the social graph. So graph, it's a map basically of everything happening on Farcaster. So who follows whom, who likes what, who replies to whom, and what community do people belong to. Everything is open, everything is there on the open graph. And anyone can read it, no approval is required, no API restrictions, no company deciding what you can and you cannot access. It's all open. So if you see this table, you can see Alice follows Bob. Alice liked Bob's cast. Alice is in dev channel. Everything is open. You can access all that. So Twitter has a social graph too, but obviously you cannot use it because it's closed. You cannot export it. You cannot build on top of it without paying without paying dollars. So on Farcaster, everything is yours to build. So let's see how if you look at this flow, you will understand how the social graph works. So Alice follows Bob and Carol. Bob posts a cast, Carol posts a cast. Both of them are in the dev channel, right? And the channel is queryable by everyone. So what can your agent do with this? Your agent can query who a user follows. So they see that Alice follows Bob, Alice follows Carol. So they can personalize Alice's experience and agents behaves in that personalized manner. Agents can listen to a channel and automatically post when something relevant to that channel happens. They can identify most active people in the community, and they can target meaningful interactions with them. And this is why Farcaster is best for agents. So social graph is basically a data layer and your agent reasons over and acts on it. And it's because it's open, it's easy to use, and this thing is basically impossible for any Web2 platform to do, obviously. Now, let's see what are messages in Farcaster. Every action, your likes, your follows, your reactions, every action on Farcaster is a message and it is cryptographically signed. And this cryptographic signature is what makes it verifiable and open. So anyone can check who sent what, who follows whom, who reacts to whom, everything. And there are 5 types of messages here: casts, reactions, your follows, your profile data, and your verifications. So your Farcaster identity can be tied to your on-chain identity, and this is how you prove that, okay, I have an Ethereum wallet address and I'm using Farcaster, and all is trackable, all is verifiable here. And your agent can listen to reactions, post, card, follow users, everything by verifying its own wallet. So again, first class citizenship for your agent. Now messages. Now we understand what messages is. Can everyone show me a reaction? All right. Now let's move on to how reading and writing works in Farcaster. So reading is basically there's no permission needed. You are fetching a data you're fetching data that is on the social graph, and you are reading from there. So user profile, feeds, channels, cast, everything, you're fetching it. And this code snippet you see right here, this 5 or 6 line code, that's it. This is all it takes to read. So this is where the NINR API call comes in. You need to create a NINR API key. You need to add it here in your code snippet, and that's it. You need to run the code. And if you see here, FID, I've written 3, which is one of the Farcaster's founders FID, and I'm checking their following type, and it's so open that you can even see the founders data and everything. You're literally reading a Farcaster's founders timeline in just 5 lines of code. That's how open it is. Now, this is reading. You don't need permission for it, right? But for writing, you require a signer. You can create a unique ID. You can create a signer's ID and from NNR, and it's basically like a write permission token, an app key, and user can approve it once from their wallet app, from their Farcaster app, and from that point on, your agent can post, react, follow on your behalf, and until you revoke it. Okay. Yeah. I'll go through the chats later. Yeah. So until you revoke it, right? So from if you see, there's a publish cast here in the snippet, in the code snippet, and below that there's the signer ID, and below that there's the cast you want to post, and that's it. That's all it takes. Just your signer's ID, the function calling it, and your text, and you're posted on Farcaster with this. That's it. I'll show you a small demo of this at the end of the session. So basically, Nenar is handling your whole key infrastructure. You don't need any key pairs or any of the complexity here. You just need their API key and the signer key. That's it. So now let's move on to why we are here, to understand that why Farcaster is uniquely built for agents and why Farcaster is programmable, right? So there are 4 pillars behind this. So first is open social graph. We just covered this. Your agent has access to every follow, every cast, every relationship on the network. There's no approval needed, no keys getting revoked. That's it. You can read everything, right? Second is composable identities. Your Farcaster ID that we discussed, your ENS username, that is a unique Ethereum name service that is assigned to your wallet, and your wallet verifications, the approvals you give from your wallet. That's it. All this combined is one rich, portable identity that works across every Farcaster client, every project that you built on top of Farcaster. It works across the ecosystem. And every mini app and agents can get this too. Third is event-driven architecture. This is basically huge for agents because your agents can subscribe to real-time events from the hubs, and if someone mentions your agent can reply to them. If someone follows your agent can send them a hi, hello, I'm an agent message, a cast, and if your agent can subscribe your to basically all real-time events. They can read and write from there. So this is how autonomous behavior works. And the fourth and last one is on-chain plus off-chain composable. So we saw that Farcaster has a hybrid architecture. Some things are stored on-chain and some things are stored off-chain. So your social actions can trigger on-chain transactions. A cast can trigger a smart contract. A reaction can unlock a token. A mini app can prompt a wallet transaction inside the app. No other social network lets you do this. So if you see here, this is basically simplified version of whatever I've said till now. Here's a full picture in one diagram. At the bottom, you see identity and keys on the mainnet, on the OP chain, and all your accounts and permissions live here. On above that, you see the social graph. You see all your social data, everything you're doing is there. Above that, you see Nena API and SDK. So this gives you everything you need to read and write on Farcaster. It handles all the complexity. And on top of that, your agent, your mini app, whatever you're building is up there. You're up there. You're not logged in, you're not asking for permission again and again. You're just building on an infrastructure that was designed to be built on. And that's it. I think we are done. We have covered all the basics. We have covered all the building blocks that you'll need to understand what Farcaster is. You'll need to build on top of that. Now you have the mental model of what Farcaster is, and you understand the infrastructure. You understand what hubs are, what clients are, what mini apps are, social graph, reading and writing, all of it. It all connects in the end. Yeah. I'll just give you a quick demo of how we are doing this, how your agent can read and write. Give me a second. All right, can you see the screen? So this is the dev.nenar.com, and here you create an app on the home. Then you can find your API key here. You can copy it and add it to your code snippet. Here you can get your signer's ID, your UUID, which I mentioned you'll need for writing on Farcaster. And just a second, let me show you the code. All right, can you see the screen? Yeah. So here you can see I've added the code snippets. You can find this in the PPT I just showed you in the slides and on farcaster.xyz and docs.farcaster.xyz as well. So here's the function. So I've added the FID here. I need to fetch data for FID 3. The limit I'm setting is 5 so that most recent 5 cast I want to read. And after this, I want to post a cast of my own saying hello Farcaster agent, hello from Farcaster Agentic Bootcamp, day 1 building on Farcaster. So this is the whole thing. I'm calling the API key here. I have saved this in my env file, which I'm not gonna show you. I'll just show you the example one. So the Nena API key you get from the docs, you can add it here, and the signer UID also you need to add here. Then this is basically the code to write, fetch the cast and then write it. Now I'll just, I've already installed the SDK and I'll just run npm start. And as you can see here, it's reading all the cast from Dan. So this is with the timestamp. So on 27th March 2026 at this time, they posted no idea. Their cast was no idea and they got 2 likes on it. Then this is what they posted, and then this I this is the cast posted by from my account, and this is the transaction hash. So I can copy this and I can go here. I can go on the Explorer. I can just paste this and it will fetch that. Okay, I have posted, just a second. Okay, I have posted this. It belonged to this account. I have this many followers. And let me show you. Yeah, it's posted here. So that's it. It's this simple. Just this much code can read everything using Nena and write on your main Farcaster account. That's it. All right. I hope everyone is clear with the terms, with with all the definitions, what it does. Yeah, you can ask me questions if anyone has anything.
Before jumping into question, I just wanted to add on all that you mentioned that in the chat I shared links to the Neinar docs the Farcaster docs, and of course, like you can go there, you can read it, you can copy all the snippets. But the first thing I would recommend you to do is give those links to your Cloud Code, Codex, whatever you're using, because it's much like faster to get started in that way, and ask the AI model like questions of things that you didn't understand, or like things that you want to build. Because at this point in time, like you don't really need to go like through all the docs. Of course, like if you want to be very precise or sure about something, go there. But otherwise, just ask Cloud Code or Codex to use those tools to accomplish a goal, like read the latest cast, publish a new cast, and the AI like figures it out just by reading the docs. That's it. Let's go with some question by raising hands, maybe. No questions? All clear?
No one has any questions? All right, then I hope everyone understood everything today. And yeah, as Limone said that you can go to the particular parts of the docs you need, and you can get a Nina API key right now because you need to use it. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right, then thank you so much, Naina, for the presentation. Again, as I told everybody in the beginning, we are going to share the recording on YouTube, in the group chat on Telegram, and I'm going to share there also all the links to the documentation and stuff that you need. Naina, if you can share also the slide deck. Some people are asking for it.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. I'll send it over.
So yeah, I'll see you all in the group chat on Telegram. If you have other questions about these sessions after this, because maybe you came up with something, just shoot a message on Telegram. And yeah, I guess let's call it early. I'll see you tomorrow with another session, same time, about mini apps 101. So tomorrow with an inner team, we are going to build a mini app during the live stream using Nina Studio. So you don't need to know how to code. You can simply ask Nina Studio how to do that. About homework, Siren, Sachuet, just read all this documentation that we are sending you, have a look at it, rewatch maybe the presentation, so that tomorrow, like, you know the basics of like mini apps for real, and you can really build something.